are working on the shock absorbers of the Mini Cooper. We're going to change all 4 with the Bilstein stock B4s.
So I just sprayed the pinch bolt with WD and loosening up the pinch bolt. That clamps the bottom of the shock.
Undo the tie rod. It's a 14 mil. Okay guys, so we didn't film the part where we were hammering the crap out of this thing to drop it down. Now we can release this from here, and the shock is extended. I'm going to put the bolt back on there so I don't damage any threads. Actually worked out great. We had put some penetrating oil on it before, took the pinch bolt out. So yeah,
I can lift this up a bit more now. Yeah, we're up. Yeah. Oh, you go out. I'm out. Oh,
Whoa, it's okay.
No,
What
it's
happened?
falling on me.
Oh, shoot.
I can't hold this and that.
Here you go.
Okay, you got that?
I got it, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I... Oh, it's okay. Yeah.
Just YouTube special.
Smash that in there. It's just ring. Pull it out. Pull it out.
All right, let's crack open the fresh B4s.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. That's nice enough. We gotta work the shock a few times before we install it.
Cycle.
Yeah. So here's the original shock, all rusted. The boots all busted, and top hat bearing seems pretty dry. So I've bought Saks top hats. I'm gonna use the same spring because the springs look pretty good, and just switch the shock absorber. So I'm gonna grab our spring compressors and get on with this. We just grind it off to the side so we can hold it with the wrench and drop the Allen key from top. Just a regular size 22, ground it off to work on the BMW shock absorbers. We did it a while back for my BMW 535i. I think it's the bearing. The bearing is busted. Oh no, this is a washer.
Okay.
Oh no, it is the bearing, is it? Okay, now we're gonna take the tension off the spring.
And we put the nut back on just loose for safety.
There we go. Yep.
Now that can be just taken off. That way no accidents. It's a dangerous situation.
It really is. It's scary. This.
Yeah.
Spring compressor, but we should make our own spring compressing tool.
Well, they do work. Okay. So you got the damper?
Yes, sir. Yeah, this is all messed up. We don't actually need to remove it. We got everything new.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll just chuck this in. We got the new shock. We washed the rubber, cleaned up the spring, put it back on, and it looks pretty damn decent. And then we've got the new KYB boots for this. At the bump stop, this was actually a better deal. Otherwise I would have kept with Saks, but Saks is literally double the price, whereas this one you get 2 for the price of 1. Okay. Okay, so now we've got the springs tightened up again.
What do you have to put on now?
The top hat.
Okay. Oh yeah, that top hat.
And now we're gonna throw the new top hats on there. This goes at the bottom of the top mount. Okay, so now we got the top mount on, and then we can put this one on there pretty good. Yeah, it's going on.
It's going on, yeah.
Alright guys, there's the new unit. The new shock absorber with the old spring all cleaned up. New top hat. New bump stop. New cover for the bump stop. And now we're gonna put that in the car. Okay guys, it's a mission putting these Bilsteins back in the socket. So what we've done is put a punch at the bottom as a spread, as a chisel as a spreader. And now we've lined it up. Seams opened enough to drop the shock in the mount. And Rob's driving the chisel down with a screwdriver, and hopefully this will do the trick. Okay guys, so the new shock is in. It turned into a bit of a shit show pretty quick because this pinch point was squeezing on us every time, so we had to put a chisel from the bottom and then put the shock from the top. So now once everything's on, actually everything's not on, I have to tighten the pinch bolt and the rest of the bolts, but the sway bar is not lining up because the car is only on 2 jack stands. I gotta put all 4 jack stands, and then this will line up. I gotta jack up the car and put this on, but the bottom nut is done, tie rod end is done, and the pinch bolt's done over there, and the new shock looks beautiful in there. So now we're gonna go and wrestle the other side. This is not one of those quick 5-minute videos guys where I say, oh yeah, it's easy peasy, half an hour. We've been at it for 2 hours. It's okay guys, we're gonna start doing the rear shock now. On the passenger side, the same for both the sides. Right now Rob's just taking off the rubber cover that holds over the rear bolt, the low mounting bolt on the rear shock. What it is just basically a hook, a round cover that goes over the bolt, and a rubber grommet. So it basically just holds onto it like that. And now there's lower mounting bolt is 21 mils, and then there's 2 others underneath that go up here. Those are 13 mils. And for that, the easiest way to do it is just put super long extension and go from here. Okay, so 3 bolts and the shock comes out, guys. And there's 2 wires that are plugged into the shock, so push them out. The grommets, one's the brake hose, and the other one is the ABS sensor wire. Okay, those things come off, and now okay, pneumatic gun's taken. Hang on a second, I'll just film it on the camera. This bolt here, so there's a big ass 21 mil bolt that holds the shock at the bottom, and then there's 2 13 mil ones here and there, and that's it. And then you can drop the shock down below.
Swoops to the front. Lower at the back.
Yes.
Or actually to you.
R at the back. Just basically R at the back. Because it's got a right side marking.
Okay.
So we'll just use that at the back. That's easier to remember. All right, and then
Feed it up.
yep.
Or just let it fall, Todd. It'll hit the floor.
Exactly. We'll cut that part out of YouTube, make it look all pristine. Just jokes, guys. Okay, so the shock sits like this. Easier way to remember for me is just have the R at the back. As long as you got your mounting bracket towards the car, R at the back, your orientation is sweet. Okay, let's take it to the table and switch out the shock. Okay, so good. We're compressing the spring, and then what do we got up top? 16?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, we'll just use that.
Yeah.
Use that actually.
Yeah.
Yep. Alrighty.
You got all the new hardware now.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Yeah, same thing.
Keep the man on.
That goes to the bottom.
It's garbage.
Take that off.
We're gonna take a chance and take the whole thing off like that this time. Okay. Okay, so we've transferred the rubber gasket to the bottom of it, and I'm just gonna line up the spring onto the old gasket exactly where it was. Okay, that's on. Oh, the cup. Now the dust cap goes on, and you gotta match the side that goes
The spring.
on. Yeah,
The end of the
seats,
spring.
yeah, it needs to seat correctly. There we go. That's where it seats. It's not moving. Goody, goody, goody. Put this back on. Okay. Alright, and this goes on. And then that goes on. That makes sense.
Washer.
And a 17. Alright, let me check the torque on this. And then we'll put it on.
There's no torque.
Okay guys, so you gotta torque this top one to 30 Newton meters. And we're gonna put this in now. Snake it in here. Okay. All right, 3 bolts are done. I'm gonna put the brake line grommet back on. And which is the other one? The ABS sensor one as well. But before that, I gotta check the torque specs for these. Okay guys, so these ones are 41 foot-pounds, and the bottom mount big bolt is 103 foot-pounds. Once you had these torqued, then put the cover back on that we did, and the job is done. Okay guys, so the rear shock is all mounted, torqued, and the cover here is back on it too. And now it's just a matter of putting the wheel on, and we're done with the rear shock. Yeah, all the YouTube tutorial shows this job to be a pretty quick job. It's not really a quick job, guys. If you're doing all 4,
Yeah.
if you're doing by yourself, just have probably good 2 hours for the front one each, and then an hour each for the rear. Not a hard job, but it requires patience. And 2 people probably is the best way to do it. Alright guys, there's the shocks that came out. This one doesn't even want to come out. This has been sitting in the sun for the last 3 hours, and it's just so dead. All of them You can just push them down with one hand and it takes them 2 days to pop back out. It's settling down. It was looking like a 4x4 before, fully jacked up on the new suspension, but now it seems to be coming down. Going down that small hump there, it felt a lot better. Before, the suspension had nothing on there. I haven't seen any B4 reviews on a Mini before, so hopefully this will help some people out who've been contemplating between all the big name brands of suspension or just going stock. Okay guys, so now I've had the suspension for a few weeks and car has completely transformed. It's not the old kidney bashing insane suspension that your internals will have a spaz every time you saw a pothole. This thing is silky smooth now. The suspension absorbs bumps and potholes super nice. The travel on these shocks is very little, so you will feel the effects of that. For a small car with smaller travel, this does an amazing job. Around the corners, you can still throw this thing around without any stress. There is slightly body roll. Unfortunately, I'm just driving on the freeway while I'm trying to record the video, so I can't really show you the body roll of this. It still handles really well. If you want to go through the twisties, you can still push the car to its limits. As long as you got decent set of tires, it'll do the trick. And really good value for money. If you're on the fence for replacing your suspension and don't have the extra coin to go buy a Coney, I'd say buy a set of B4 Bilsteins and you won't be disappointed. It's relatively easy to change and it performs really well. So thanks for watching the video guys, I really appreciate it. If you have any feedback, any questions, just drop them in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to connect. And have a wonderful day.